Folks, welcome back to Darkroom Reviews. How the heck are you? It's the weekend. I wanted to take this time to celebrate women in film, specifically behind the camera. Yeah, women directors. Yes, they do exist, folks. And because the reason why I want to touch on women and behind the camera is because March is International Women's Month, and since Darkroom Reviews is a movie entertainment channel, I wanted to shine the light on strong-minded, powerful women who have embraced motion pictures. I wrote down a list of 5 female directors you should keep an eye on. Give this video a thumbs up. This is Darkroom Reviews. I'm Joel. Consider subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Let's kick this list off with a director. You've probably seen her movies: Marvel's Eternals, No Man Land, and just recently Hamnet. This is Miss Chloe Zhao. She is a talent amongst the crowd. She has everyone's attention in Hollywood. I think she has a bright future ahead. As a director, I look forward to see what films she may direct in the next 5 years. I think we need a voice like that now so more than ever. A female voice that understands what it takes to bring to life a story, bring to life a movie that really doesn't necessarily resonate with us, but takes us on a journey, a spiritual journey. And she also put out Hamnet. I'm usually drawn towards movies that tug on my heartstrings. Those are like the best, but they're sad at the same time. And I can't wait to watch Hamnet for the first time. Next up is a director who broke out with a couple of movies, Rose Glass. Now, she gave us a movie from A24 called Saint Maud. Now, that was about a caregiver who gets possessed, and there's a lot of like demonic spiritual stuff that occurs to her. And by the end, it is really just a flat out risque, bonkers ending of a film. But I suggest you give that a watch. And her follow up in 2024, she worked along with A24, Love Lies Bleeding, starring Kristen Stewart and her co-star. It's a love story. Rose Glass, I could tell she is a risk taker. I think based on those 2 movies alone, they're 2 totally different movies. She's swinging for the fences, and I can respect the heck out of that. Rose Glass, I can't wait to see what you do next. I do recommend both films, of course, Love Lies Bleeding and Saint Maud. Next up is a French director, I believe, named Julia Ducournau. I'm sorry if I butchered that last name, but she is known for movies like an independent horror film called Raw. And just recently, she did it in 2021. She put out a movie called Titan. And this past year, she put out a film, I think, for Toronto International Film Festival called Alpha. Now, I have not seen Alpha, but I've heard about about a teenage girl named Alpha who gets a tattoo of some sorts. So what these 3 films have in common is it's sort of like a coming of age. They have coming of age themes within them, specifically Raw. Raw is about a girl who goes to this private school, and she basically a cannibal, but at the same time she's going through these growing pains of being a teenager. We all know what that's like, but do check out Raw. Give that movie a chance. If it's not streaming, it's most likely at your local library. Check it out. That is Julia Ducournau. My number 4 pick. This was tricky. The last 2 were tricky, and because there's so many wonderfully talented women behind the camera directing our motion picture films. Nia DaCosta, when I see her filmography, what she's put out, that woman has guts. 28 years later, The Bone Temple, which surprised the hell out of me. I loved it. It was along the lines of 28 years later, but it was a continuation. And that movie, The Bone Temple, focused on Rafe Fiennes and his character in the movie. But Nia DaCosta, I like that she dipped her toes into horror. I like that coming from a woman's perspective, giving us terrifying stories with a remake, say like Candyman. But yeah, she continues to surprise me. She also did a drama called Origin, And she also did The Marvels, which I saw in theaters. So guys, give that a chance. If you haven't seen it, it's on Disney Plus, or check it out at your local library. I feel like she doesn't stay in her lane. She's taking the risk and trying out different films. I'd like to see her take on maybe direct an action film or a comedy next. And last up in this list, I'm going to close this list out with director Greta Gerwig. You may know her from movies like Lady Bird, Barbie. That was huge at the movie theater if you saw it. You know what I'm talking about. She is very expressive. You know, her themes, her movies and her themes in her movies consist of, you know, women power, coming of age, of course. That's very common with women directors. But she's not afraid to go there. You know, if she sets her mind to those themes, then, you know, that's really gonna set her movies apart from other directors. Narnia: The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is coming to Netflix, and it will be in theaters, limited release at the end of the year. I look forward to that movie. But yeah, Greta Gerwig is such a voice that females, men can relate to, and she's likable. She's just a likable director. And also, if you didn't know this, she started out as an actress in indie films, which I liked. I liked her in some movies, like House of the Devil. She was in. She was also in an independent film alongside Ben Stiller. So, you know, she's got those big acclamants on her resume, and I just want to celebrate her. I want to celebrate all these wonderfully talented, tremendous female directors at the end of the day, guys. March, this is International Women's Month. I want to make that clear. Guys, let me know in the comments below. Have you heard of any of these directors? This is Dark Room Reviews. I'm Joel. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. It really helps out in the long run. Catch you guys very soon. See you guys in the next video. Take care. Folks, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It really helps out in the long run. Dark Room Reviews, it's the place you should be subscribed to.